So yes, we're going to talk about parenting and discipline, guys.
That's
right.
right.
My gosh. So welcome to everybody who has joined us. If you haven't joined our page before, my name is Ulrich.
And I'm Siobhan.
And we've entitled this kind of segment, I don't know if we should call it a segment really, but it's just Let's Talk.
Yes.
And the topic that we're going to be talking about is parenting and discipline.
Yes.
Now, this is a massive topic.
Massive.
Amongst everybody, I think, really. We've spoken to a few people individually, and we're excited because some people have some really amazing views, which we're hopefully going to talk about tonight. Now, we want to put in a little bit of a disclaimer because we're not like professionals. We're not trying to say that, you know, the things that we're going to discuss tonight are the right way or the wrong way. We just want to discuss this topic. We want to hear views. We're not trying to point the finger. You know, this is not you sharing evidence of what you do in your home or anything like that.
No.
We just want to discuss this topic, and specifically we want to talk about the video that we shared.
Yes.
About this, you know, we don't know if it's the dad or the grandparents, but we're assuming it's the dad.
Yeah.
You know, spanking his little boy quite...
He spanked. Let's not put a title on it, because if you start saying quite aggressively, quite hard, it's like, well
from what we can see,
it's how you perceive it.
The boy, you know,
he does hold some.
He held some thigh licks, as we would say, and the little girl, you know, she gets told, you know, yeah, just sit down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this will be you.
Now, we don't know exactly what is said.
No,
we can
we
only...
And we don't know what took place prior to that either.
We don't see what happened.
We're just taking a snapshot of that moment.
Yes.
And if you haven't seen it, you're okay to come off the live and look at our stories, check it out, and then come back. Because that's kind of what we're gonna base.
We're gonna be talking.
Our conversation on today.
We are inviting anybody and everybody to comment, to share, to speak to us.
100%.
And to jump on the live with us to share your opinions,
your views.
We know that we did it as a discussion on stories.
Yeah.
And when we were doing it, we were just like, this is so deep. So many people shared so much. There was so much passion in what they were sharing. We were just like, I think we need to delve into this a little bit deeper.
100.
Because parenting is one of those things where you actually don't get given a hand guide to say, right, this is how you are a parent, this is how you are a father or a mother. You are only able to learn on the job training and also from what you've seen. From what you've seen...
And Cyrus is calling. So yes, I'm going to take the wheel. So yes, guys, we've spoken to, like we said, we've spoken to a few people, and one of the things that they have kind of said is that, you know, this whole issue of parenting and discipline is such a touchy subject. You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of the time it's more so because people don't necessarily want to kind of air their own laundry, or they feel like, you know, I don't want people to know, you know, how I discipline my child. You know, nobody should know that. And obviously we have laws as well, which we're going to talk about tonight as well, what the UK law actually says about spanking. Because I think it's important to be educated in these things, because the Bible says that, you know, my people perish for lack of knowledge. And it's not because of just lack of knowledge, but the Bible goes on to say that they reject knowledge.
Yes.
So a lot of times, because of our fear of a particular topic or a particular issue, we reject the knowledge because we don't go to find out exactly what it is, you know, that it actually says, or what is the truth behind what this issue is.
Really is.
Welcoming Cyrus to the live. You can't see him, but he's down here. With his eyes just like half closing.
It's never that he wants to have milk or anything.
Yeah, he just wants to be here.
He just wants to be here. So guys, we are going to be talking about it. Now, we are not saying that you have to share exactly what happens in your home.
No.
Just putting it out there as a disclaimer.
Yes, to all the parents.
You can share as much or as little as you like.
Yeah, go on.
we just want to hear from you.
So we're just gonna go kind of like straight in. So
Yes.
if you do have views, and again, guys, we are not professionals. So
No.
we have a 4.5-year-old. Matthias is gonna be 5 next week. We have a 5.5-month-old who's sitting right here below this screen. You can't see them. So we are in no way, shape, or form necessarily like veterans in this area.
No.
We are looking to those parents, maybe like Paul Watson, sorry to point you out, with 5 children who are old and grown, to kind of to share your views in terms of spanking and whether this is an appropriate form of discipline. Does it work? Is it something that we should do?
Is it something we should?
Is it a last resort? Is it a last resort? Sorry. Is it something that we shouldn't do at all?
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
We want to hear what you.
We want to hear what you guys have to say. Please don't leave us hanging, because obviously we're gonna share our views on it.
Yes.
But we really, really want to hear from you guys if you can help us out tonight. Alright.
When we say hear from you, we actually either want to hear from you via the comments, or we want to hear from you via you actually just joining the call with us. So if you want to jump on the call. So we've already had somebody sharing on Instagram saying spank that child.
Wow.
Now what we want to know is, okay, why, when is this appropriate? Why is it okay? And I tell you what, personally as a mother, I had the biggest problem with explaining to Matthias, you're not allowed to hit children at nursery.
Yes.
But then if he did something, even raising my hand, it would be like, okay, cool, is this a double standard? What's happening here? Does he understand?
Yes.
I'm the parent, he's the child, I can do it to him, he can't do it to me. Like, what is that? So we want to hear from you guys. We want to know what you have to say. What is this matter really saying to you guys?
Yes.
Moji has said spank that child. I don't know if Moji's okay to jump on the call,
to jump on
the live. Does she want to share? If
raise
you do, Moji, give us a thumbs up, and we will invite you to share your thoughts, share your opinions.
100%.
Guys, we want to hear from you.
Definitely. So what I'm gonna do
it's really open today, guys. So come jump on, join 2 of it. What's your thoughts also, guys? Yeah. Okay, Moji said yes. Okay, so Moji,
okay, cool. Let's invite you.
we're gonna invite you
to
jump on.
Alright, cool. Let's go.
So we are going live with Moji. She's one of our really good friends. It's just connecting now.
Cool. Deborah, I'm done with you. I'm just done with you.
We don't mind the satin.
Hey,
Moji, looking fabulous.
What's going on? Jeez, you were prepared for tonight, innit? You were prepared.
Yeah. Moji, you look fabulous. Okay, so Moj, share. What are you saying?
Right, so when I watched that video, I'm not gonna lie, I laughed, okay? I laughed so hard because I thought, is it necessary outside or not?
Right.
Just a bit of a background. I work in a school and I've been working in a school for over 10 years now.
Thank you. Come on.
I feel that it is very important that whatever I have to say, it's not to say I ignore the fact that there's, child protection, all this abuse and all of that, and every child's different.
Yes.
But I am a believer of smacking a child.
Okay.
Why?
Come on. Explain.
Why?
I'm
just going to paraphrase my understanding of the law. It says you can spank them as long as you're not bruising them or leaving them in some kind of pain.
Come on.
You can discipline a child. And the Bible says if you spare the child, then the child will bring shame to the mother.
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Bible also says
you're just talking from all of our notes.
Sorry?
You're just talking from my notes. It's okay. Keep going. Keep going.
If you I was spanked and I needed it. Because sometimes I just don't know. The Bible even speaks about the child has foolishness in his heart. And so you've got to correct that. There's times where you have conversations. Even as an adult, we have habits that don't change. And it takes someone telling us off to the point where we realize what we've done. And for children, sometimes when you give them that little spanking, they change.
Yeah.
And for me, when I watched that video, because we're specifically looking at the video,
yes,
I thought he could have pulled the boy to the side and spoke to him. But then sometimes you know what? The Lord's giving you what you need.
Yeah.
You know, what you need is in your hand. Jeez. Amen. What you need is within your reach. Amen. It is there.
Yes,
man. And for some children, you know, they provoke you. I'm not saying when they provoke you, you hit them.
Yeah.
Sometimes they need a good spank, and that was a good spank.
Wow. Okay, cool. So I tend to agree, obviously, with what you're saying. And I'm glad that you use pretty much all of the scriptures that, you know, we had. Do you know what I mean? In Proverbs.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's perfect because, and I think what's really important as well is that you work in a school.
Yeah.
So you already, because one of my issues is obviously this whole thing about working with difficult children.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily talking about your average, child, but particularly difficult children who you've done the talking, you've done the, you know, the almost like the loving approach, the nurturing approach. Yeah. And it's not to say that when you spank, there's no nurturing and there's no love.
Of course,
because the Bible teaches, he says that the Lord, our Father, chastises those that he loves.
That's right.
So there's an element
of. Bible goes as far as to tell us that if you don't do it, you hate yourself.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Minister Moji.
Okay. So I love what Moji
I've been
shared.
a pastoral manager for a good 5 years. Okay. I've been a deputy safeguarding lead. I do not advocate people hitting children and leaving them scarred.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've met some difficult children. You know, the Bible doesn't lie. There's foolishness, you know, bound in the heart of a child. They're going to do things that are foolish. They're going to do it because they don't know. I mean, I have a friend who told me that the minute she saw a parent smack her older sister, she decided she was going to obey whatever they say because she didn't want to get spanked.
Wow.
And throughout her childhood, she did not get spanked because she made up her mind that they're not going to spank her and they're not going to come near afflicting that kind of embarrassment that her sister went through. So for me, I think sometimes it is necessary.
That is deep.
It's necessary, but the one thing I would say is we should check our motives. Are you that angry?
Yes.
If you're angry, I think you should calm yourself down and explain why you're about to give a spanking, so that you can hear yourself, as opposed to react with anger and use a saucepan or a belt or something else. Because people tend to do that when they're angry.
Did you just say a saucepan?
Yeah. Fully.
A saucepan?
Yeah, fully.
Shoes, whatever they can grab. There's loads of people that do things out of reflex.
Yes.
And it's sometimes the children will scar, some don't scar. But honestly, we need to take a moment. If you're angry, take a moment and just talk to the child before you do the spanking. Yeah. This is the reason why I'm going to spank you, and it's because of this reason. I expect you to know by now not to do this.
Yes. 100%.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
for me, I don't see spanking as anything outside of raising a child or disciplining a child. I will spank that child.
That's good.
I will.
That's good.
I will.
See, I'm glad that you said that because the Bible talks about, I think it's in Ephesians 6, it says, train up a child in the way that they should go so that when they are old, they will not depart from it. And I think, and my pastor preached a really amazing message about this scripture, and he was talking about train. Because a lot of people, we say that scripture, but when we look at the word train, we don't actually diagnose it enough. Because to train someone is not the same as just, you know, telling them to do something. To train a child means that they have to go through some sort of friction, and there has to be some sort of pain element, not to sound abusive in any way. But in order for you to be trained in a particular way and trained in discipline, there has to be an element where, okay, there's a pivot that makes you realize that, okay, cool, I'm growing. And sometimes
I also jump in there, Auric, because when you're training someone, you also have to check that they understand what the training is. Because if the child hasn't gotten the cognitive knowledge of what you're talking about, they're going to do it again.
That's right.
Again, there's some children who are autistic and have all kinds of issues or all kinds of circumstances, so to speak, and they might not process everything in time. So you need to check the child's understanding. Just because you've said it does not mean they understand it.
Right.
Just because you repeated yourself does not mean that child gets it to the point has your expectation in their mind. You have to repeat yourself and check that they're repeating it back. So when they do that thing, your reason for spanking them is very clear. As opposed to, but I didn't know that's what you meant. I didn't know that when I go out, I wasn't supposed to eat the cake when they offered. As opposed to, I didn't know that you didn't want me screaming on the road while I scream at home. Do you know what I mean?
That's good.
There's a thin line because everyone can flip the coin.
Yeah, that's
but that
right.
doesn't mean we don't. This is why we say spank, don't hit.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Come on.
Oh, okay.
Don't hit.
So what I wanna say. So Elisa's kind of made a really good point, which kind of relates to what you're saying, and I think if you could just help us address that. And she's basically talking about, you know, when spanking a child. So let's get it right, guys. It's spanking, not hitting. Because if you're hitting your child, I mean, obviously it is the act of hitting, but spanking kind of makes it seem, or what it's supposed to communicate is that you're doing it with an intention to make sure that the child understands exactly why. Because one of the comments that we got as well was that, you know, I think a lot of people assume that the moment you move to the point of spanking a child, it's almost like you've lost control. And I absolutely disagree with that, because
it's part of the training.
But now this is just the thing.
It's part of the training.
So the question is, where do you spank the child? Because because Elisa's saying that you shouldn't spank the head, or you shouldn't spank.
See, now I think what we're going to need to do is we might need to get Elisa to jump on.
To explain
and explain this one here. So Moj, what we'll do? Stay in the
conversation.
Live,
we might bring you back
and
on.
then we'll go to Elisa. We'll get her to explain what she's saying here, and then we'll see who else wants to share. We've got somebody saying about their emotional development. See, we want to hear this, because
is what
even
I'm saying.
like what you're saying,
Okay, so Moj, you go, and then we'll bring you back if we need to.
All
right. Thank you so much,
Moji. Kicked us off strong. Bye, honey.
Amazing. So you guys, So I'm gonna call your name. Sorry, because you've been commenting. When we're having this conversation, it's so hard to read what you're saying and listen to what the person is speaking.
But I love it.
So Deborah.
No. Deborah, we do hear you.
But we hear you. Does spanking develop emotional intelligence? Is spanking actually a deterrent, long-term solution, or does it just create an element of fear?
See, and I love these points. They're fantastic. So, Debs, we're going to bring on Elisa. If Elisa is up for joining the conversation.
Elisa, you up for joining?
If Elisa's up please. For it, please
she
give
said
us
Why is it that folks who weren't spanked turn out just as well? Is there any material difference in how a child who is spanked turns out and a child who was not spanked? Okay, so the issue with this, Deborah, is that it depends on your child.
See, now I agree with Deborah. So Ulrich and I have this conversation all the time.
Go for it.
And what we talk about is, so I don't want to say that it's down to an ethnicity factor with regards to do a certain race spank and a certain race not spank, but I would like to see if we didn't resort to what we have seen through our parents,
right,
but actually just spoke to the child. I would like to know, would it work? As in, I see a number of people, what seems to be, and I don't live in their house, so I don't know, but what it seems to be is that they don't get spanked. They don't receive that kind of treatment. They are spoken to, and that is enough. I want to know, is it possible across all races? And like Elaine is saying, I think we should tread very carefully with spanking.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot that comes with it. I question if we can arrive at the same results without having to raise any hands and use any
objects.
Saucepans, I think that's way across any line.
Of course,
don't think anything
absolutely.
Like that
but I think she was just giving an example, because I think the reality of this as well is that we have to also look at some of the backgrounds that we're coming from.
Yes.
because I think culture has a massive point to play in this regard.
It does.
And also there's a whole other topic about trauma.
Yes.
Because I know some people who have been traumatized by how culture has disciplined them as individuals, whether it's their parents, whether it's their school teachers. I mean, I can talk about my experiences. Whether that has caused trauma to me personally, it hasn't. And this is why I keep saying that I think it really depends on the individual. Yeah. Because some children respond to things very differently. We've got friends of ours who, you know, we don't think anyway that they've had to resort to spanking per se, because the emotional kind of like makeup of the child is such that the smallest of the smallest of even the voice raising or having a consequence applied to something that they've done wrong is fear enough for them to be like, okay, mom and dad, I'm gonna listen to whatever you say. Do you understand? So it doesn't necessarily need to revert to a spank.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about here, guys, and I keep saying this, is difficult children.
Yeah.
Because I think that is really the issue. Because my thing is, it's not, again, like I said, it's not talking about the average child, do you know what I mean, who may, you know, if you talk to them, they'll probably, I'm talking about children who you've spoken to them.
Yes.
Do you understand? You have reasoned, you have nurtured, you have loved, but they are defiant.
So,
as in they do not listen. Because my issue is I think that we're in a culture. Sorry, I just need to vent my frustrations, because I think we're in a generation where I feel like this element of discipline has been left.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have a generation of young people who don't have respect.
Ooh.
I don't feel like they have respect for elderly people, and I don't think that they have respect for the law. Because there's a lot of young people now who, when they see police, they are not even afraid. And I'm not saying that we need to be afraid of our police system, no. But I'm saying it's almost like
the authority.
The authority figure, and maybe this could be another issue because there may be a lack of fathers in the home to kind of bring an element of discipline and order and structure to their lives. But, you know, this can go anywhere.
Yeah, but I like, sorry, just to cut in there. I like what some people have commented to say, well, my dad never spanked me or my mum never spanked me, because I think that we get into a very debatable area. In the video that we were talking about, the little girl, she didn't get spanked, but the little boy, he got spanked. So is it right to spank boys and not spank girls? Do you find that you don't need to spank girls, but you need to spank boys? I think that there are some situations where people...
Carson, I got beat, but now I'm a gentleman.
So
I was rude as a child. Okay, cool.
But I think that there are lots of areas that are grey.
Yes, there are. That's why we're wearing grey.
And
sorry guys, I couldn't help it.
We really want to hear from you guys. So if there's anyone else who wants to jump on the live, who wants to come on and speak with us, we'd love to have you talk. I know that some people, they'd much rather type, and that's okay.
It's just hard because we're trying to...
we have to take the time out to try to read
understand what you're saying.
Catch up with people, but we really would love to hear from some of you with regards to... Or just spank the fly.
Listen, one fly is trying to misbehave up in this place, you know. They're going to get flick. Right,
so
cool.
we just want to see...
So, what did Andrew leave?
A lot of it.
Hold on. See, guys, this is why it's so hard.
Kyle wants to...
Kyle, do you want to come in? Alright, come chew, bro. Come chew. Say what you said. Get out. Sorry. Okay, we're waiting for Kyle to come in.
They're defiant to do their parents. Yep.
There you go.
Hey, how's it going, Kyle?
What are you saying, bro?
It's good to see you.
I'm good, you know. How you doing?
Yeah,
very good,
thanks.
Very good.
Talk to us, bro. What are you saying?
Well, I got beat at the child. I got beat.
Okay.
I got beat with the bamboo stick. I got beat with the cane.
Okay, this is a good question.
The slipper, Jesus.
Hey, there's times my mum locked me in my room and the only escape was the window.
Wow, that's deep, bro. Okay.
But to be fair, I was
So.
Okay. So are you saying you deserved it?
Sometimes, yeah. I got beat. Like my granddad was the beater, innit?
Okay. Because she's old school, so.
I grew up with my granddad and my nan.
Okay.
And then when I went to secondary school, then that's when I grew up with my mum because she done underground work, so shift work.
Right.
Yeah. So I used to get sent home from primary school.
Okay. So that was the level. It wasn't, like just low level disruption. It was you were getting into trouble that you would now get suspended from school and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So would you say that you knew why you were like that? Because I think one of the comments that somebody said is, and rightly so, with children who are difficult, it's understanding why they're difficult.
Yeah.
Because sometimes getting to the root of why the child is defiant or why the child is behaving a particular way can give us some sort of clues to how to help that child or how to appropriately discipline that child so that they stop being that way. Yeah. So would you say that you knew why you were like that growing up?
I didn't know.
Okay.
I didn't know. I was a child, so I wouldn't understand.
Of course.
Why I was acting the way I was acting.
Yeah, because I think that's a very good point, bro. Because I was a bit naughty. I was a bit of a class clown. I wouldn't say that I was like what you're saying. No disrespect, of course. But I think that's a very good point because as a child, how do you even know how to communicate why you're angry?
Yeah.
Because I know people who were one of my really good friends, he's a drummer, and he said to us he was angry as a child. Like he was just like, parents come to the school every day, and he didn't know why. It was literally in his adult life that he began to process certain emotions, that he began to understand, okay, cool, this is the reason why this is happening to me. So just talk a little bit more before we try and invite somebody else in.
Yeah.
I think as parents, I'm not a parent yet, but to understand the child why they're angry is just communication.
Yes.
Now, why are you angry? What's wrong? Why are you misbehaving in school?
Yeah.
What is wrong? Is there something that you need to talk to me about?
Yeah.
Is there a bully that you need to talk to me about? Do you need to talk to the head teacher?
Yeah.
So I think it depends. I think it's on because when children act up and always angry, they cry for help.
See, now that's just it. So what you've highlighted is that there was a missing component. And because that missing component was there, it was a cry for help. They were trying to reach out for something. But the first thing that you said to deal with it is to communicate. Now, you've not said you need to beat it out of them.
Right.
That's what you received, and that's what you experienced, and that's how you saw yourself turn out where you are now. But actually, you've noticed that the person hasn't sat down with you to say, but why?
Yeah.
And I love what you said, because even if the person had said why, at that age, maybe you can't articulate
what's going on
that you're not happy with and what it is you want to change. So I love the challenge and the conundrum that it comes with, because it's like you would have, if you could handle it now, you would have said, let me communicate.
But then there are children, and there are children that is rude, and they know that they are rude.
Yeah.
Indeed.
They know that what they're doing is wrong, but they do it anyway.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the discipline children say, yeah, come here. Like, no, if I talk again.
Carl.
No, them one.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, bro. We're gonna try and go off and get somebody else to come in. Yeah. So Elaine, let's do this. Because I've been reading your comments and I think they're really important for you to share, because you are a veteran in parenthood. Hold on, let me find you. There you are. All right. Inviting Elaine Simpson. Yeah, so Elaine, an amazing woman of God, somebody who we definitely look up to in terms of like just wife, mother. She's got 3 kids, right? When she comes on, she'll let us know who are grown.
Yes.
Yes, Hi! Yes, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, Elaine.
It's so hot.
I'm telling you, it's crazy.
It is.
Elaine, thank you so much for coming on tonight.
Thank you.
Like you know we have our chats anyway. Like
Yes.
you know you've been in this game for a long time. So school us. Talk to us about
Pearls
this thing.
of wisdom.
Talk to us about this thing.
I like what the guy beforehand said.
Yeah.
Like, the whole point of us having kids, like, if you have kids,
Yeah.
we want to get to know them, right?
Yes.
That's actually our job, is to
Yeah.
have them and then nurture them and release them into the world.
That's right.
That's our role.
Yeah.
Right.
But because often we don't have the opportunity to get to know them because we're working hard.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on.
You know,
Come
everything
on.
is like,
That's good.
and
That's
maybe
good.
we weren't
good.
brought up that well.
That's
So
good.
quite often we're either repeating
Yeah. What we've seen.
you know, what we were
Yeah.
given, or
Yeah.
we're going the exact opposite and saying, I'm never going to do that to my
Exactly.
Love that.
There's
That's
no
a good
discipline.
point. That's a good
Yeah.
kid.
point.
But at the same time, there's that fight. There's always those ingrained things.
Mm.
You don't want to be like your parents, but you're actually like your parents.
But then sometimes that comes out though in the frustration of suppressing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things, but it's our job to get to know them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think a child is born naughty. I think
Yeah.
they have personality traits.
True.
Right.
True.
Come on. This is what I'm talking about.
And they have particular things that God has put in them that, you know, which mean they need to be a particular person
Yeah.
to be able to do what they
Yeah.
are designed to do in the earth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's our job as parents to find that out.
Yes.
So, like, with my kids, I only got 2 kids, but a boy and a girl, very,
Two.
very different
Yeah.
in the way that we parented them. Like, one size doesn't fit all.
Right.
Good.
You got to know what your kids like. And
Right.
like someone
Good.
said, some kids, you just need to talk to them
Yeah.
Okay.
a little hard and they're upset. That's
Yeah.
my daughter.
Yes.
It's very true.
Real extremely
This is it.
introvert. Don't be shouting. Don't be raising your voice, and definitely don't try and hit her. That's not gonna work out.
Right.
So we learnt that early on. That she's got a very gentle spirit.
Yeah.
You break her easily. Don't do that. And we're not supposed to break them. You know, that's not.
Yes.
We're not
That's
trying
right.
to do this.
That's
We're trying
right.
to raise strong humans.
I like
right.
that.
Raise
I love
Trying
that.
to break them. That's
healthy
good.
humans
Yeah.
who love Jesus. That's what we're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
But then my son, very different. You know, much more gregarious, a real terrier in terms of what he goes after.
Yeah.
So quite a strong
Personality.
Yeah.
personality, which meant we had to parent him differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did get a couple of drapes in over time. But there wasn't a lot of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you.
Okay.
I mean, I remember 1 or 2 times where he just needed a male presence to just drapes him.
Come
you know what I'm
on.
saying?
Nah, I like that.
But you see, this is what I'm talking
Just
about.
remember,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you ain't no man. You
Right.
understand?
Come on.
Yeah.
And he was about 11 or 12 or something.
Okay, that's
Just
good.
at that moment where
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
They forget.
But
Yeah.
it didn't really, you know, we never really, you know, smacked them in that way. We didn't
Okay.
need to.
I like
right?
that. I
Because
like that.
we took the time to get to know what's the best way
Yeah.
to parent these children.
Yes.
And I know that we probably had the benefit of more time. I'm not trying to say that it's easy raising kids. You know, we had a good support network
Yeah.
around.
Right.
Funnily enough, some of our support network wasn't cool,
Mm.
and actually it hit my daughter once,
Ah.
and it didn't go well.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
And we
Okay.
had to go. In fact, it was my mother-in-law, so she ain't watching this, which is good. Yeah, but she went to back. She's hitting Lauren. That didn't work now.
Wow.
And we had to go and tell her
Yeah.
very
Wow.
strongly,
Yeah.
do not touch my child, because we don't do that.
Yeah.
Of course.
And because
Of course.
it's not that she's not given permission, but it's just that we know our child.
Yeah.
It's not work for her. That
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
And
not trying to break anybody.
I love what you're saying here because
it.
that can often happen. Like
Yeah.
we have a son who's so strong-willed.
His personality
He is
is
so
like
strong.
a volcano.
Right. So
But
you
we-
know from now.
Exactly, but
we
we
do.
can't break him because
No,
we need
that's
to
not-
rein him in,
Yeah.
rein him
Him
in,
in. Yeah,
but
yeah.
not break him because
No.
that's such a beautiful trait that's gonna help him when
Yeah.
he steps out in
Yeah,
the world.
he needs it.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
for
he's
sure.
gonna trailblaze, but as you said, it's not our job to break our
I
children.
love that. I absolutely love that.
Powerful.
And I think also remember how when we're disciplining them, it's always got to be from a place of love. And we got to watch our own anger.
Absolutely.
You know? So
Absolutely.
I'm sure I remember if I was really angry, I'm not really going to do too much just yet.
It's good. It's going
to come out wrong. And that's actually I don't mind, I apologise loads of times to my kids. That's not an issue. But I don't want to do anything that's going to cause long-term harm.
Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or do anything that is going to cause tears in my head. I'm not,
definitely.
I'm not about that. So
come on,
if I was really angry, I'd have to back off.
That's good.
Say,
That's
give
good.
Give me a minute.
That's good.
That's
good.
And then think about how to, issue discipline well.
Yes.
I love that.
Steer up my own heart about what they make me angry about.
So this is another issue, because I think when we put out the stories a couple of weeks ago, this is another issue that we kind of spoke about. Now, we're talking about obviously spanking, and we're saying that we have to be very careful with how that happens. Now, somebody kind of mentioned that they kind of reverted to the fact that spanking kind of always, in their minds anyway, reflected somebody who had lost control.
Wow.
Yeah.
But my thing is, there's times when I've had to speak to Matthias where I've had to use spanking, okay? And I've been completely in control of what I'm doing, because I know my past, and not that it was like terrible. Do you get what I'm saying? We got spanked growing up. Do you know what I mean? It put us in our place, and we knew right from wrong. But I kind of struggle with that, because it kind of makes me feel like this whole spanking thing is like an absolute no. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I think we absolutely like love our children and nurture them, and you know what I'm saying. But like we said, sometimes that drapes up. You know what I'm saying? I've had to kind of do that even at 4 years old. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think for me, I think why we wanted to have this conversation is to iron out this thing.
Yeah.
Because is it a yes or no, or is it if you're going to do it, you need to have almost like a disclaimer or a caution to say these are the kind of these are the lines. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I don't think that we've ever crossed the line where we've even had to apologize, because
we like, if we've had to discipline Matthias, there's never like leaving any marks or anything like that.
Never,
nothing like that.
Never.
But I love what you said about understanding the child and understanding what's appropriate for that time, to communicate to them, this is a boundary that you've crossed and it's never to be done again. And obviously trying to make sure that you're helping them become the human beings you want to release them out into the world to be. And I think anytime we've kind of had to get into things, I mean, more so than anything right now, we take things away. Like that, we find other ways to communicate and punish him.
What I was going to say.
Without having to.
It's interesting because, like, it's actually not a culturally accepted thing now. In the
exactly.
It's not acceptable.
Right.
And I think going forward, there's probably better ways to do it.
Yeah.
However, I think people seem to think then if we don't spank, that we don't have respect and we don't have discipline. I don't think it should equate that.
Okay.
I don't think spanking a child should make them more respectful. I think it's all about how you parent a child. I really do. And I think spanking is just a very small element.
That's
absolutely.
I think if we get really good at it and we get more strategies, we can almost eliminate it as
really good.
a thing. I think that's the way forward. Things evolve, don't they?
Of course.
Are different. Your children are different and growing up in a different world than
that's
right.
Absolutely.
So they know what they need to be, so they need to be parented accordingly.
Absolutely.
It's a tough one.
Oh my God.
Elaine,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That has been powerful.
Everything you shared was fantastic. On point. Great. I'm telling you, I feel like I've got a string of pearls around my neck. There are so much pearls of wisdom right there. I just be like, listen, man, I'm going to be flossing.
Crazy. But thank you, Elaine.
Thank you. Take care.
Awesome. Bye.
So we've had some really great people come and comment on the live.
Amazing.
We'd
Thank
love
you so
to
much,
hear
Elaine.
from you. I think one of them is Carl,
yeah, you said spanking, fine, beating, abuse.
That's right.
Bro, we need you to come and talk about that. What is the difference?
Come and jump on the live. If you are okay coming on, we'd love to hear from you.
Let us know, bro. Let us know. Give us a thumbs up. So is spanking like a tap tap, or is it and beating is a whoop whoop whoop?
We need to know. We need to know.
We need to understand. Okay, hold on, no wait. He said something else. Spanking has to be a discipline issue, not a way of release for the parent. Absolutely.
That's a good point, though.
Yeah.
Because the parent, when they are angry about how the child has made them feel because of what they've done, they can react and spank. And I think it's how do you find that demarcation, especially when all you've seen is your parents have disciplined you with spanking
that way,
rather than
amazing. That was good. If you parent in a way where your kids get you, they will do with words, but sometimes adults beat kids from doing things they see that that's true. So true. The world has changed so much and kids are very different.
Yes,
we need to do things differently. Absolutely. We agree.
Who shared about in the 50s? Someone said something.
Official
born in the
Love Book.
50s. Yes.
Beat was acceptable.
That's
of
right.
course, definitely. The people who run our country were beat at school. Let's not get that twisted. My parents were in control. I'm talking about UK.
Yes,
UK.
Absolutely.
Boarding schools. They were getting rulers, man. We struggled with raising kids late in life because of how different they are. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes,
Official Love Book is hey. Pastor Jessica. Yeah, that's
so guys, if you are able to jump on, then please do jump on. And we just want to say, if any of you haven't been on our YouTube before, please like, subscribe. We have 2 YouTube pages. One is We Are the Cokers and the other is Two Love Collective. And you can find all of our content that we've been speaking about, relationships, marriage. We've been speaking about competing and completing. There's so much content on there. So definitely go like, subscribe, share, and we want to get back into the conversation.
I like what Ruthie just said. Yes, spanking isn't always the right thing to do. Most of my childhood beating was the last resort and always had warnings.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I like that. And I like the warnings beforehand.
The warnings beforehand are so crucial.
Yeah. One of the things that we have with Matthias is make better. So before he even gets into anything where now a physical punishment needs to be issued, we are continuously having to say to him, okay, so have you made the best choice here?
Exactly.
What choice could you have made to be out of this situation? Or right here is your chance to make a better choice. You could end up at this point or you could end up at this point here. Which choice do you want? Because this is the road that you're walking down. Just so that there is an element of control.
And for them to also see what they're doing. Because I think another thing that we do with Matthias as well is we pray about it.
Oh Lord.
So we actually get him to pray, and it's got to a point now where he's praying by himself and he's saying, you know, Lord, help me to be a good boy. Do you understand? So I think the consciousness of the child is also very important for them to now consciously see that this was naughty behavior and this is not what we expect. You know, we went out like yesterday for Siobhan's birthday, and this is, I guess, our personal view on this video specifically because a lot of people have been asking us, so what do you guys think? You guys haven't said anything. So I absolutely disagree.
Oh yeah, Carl.
I absolutely okay, cool. We'll get you on a set, Carl. Carl.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
We had Kyle earlier.
So our personal view on that video was that we definitely disagreed with what the parent did.
Yeah.
We don't believe that that type of spanking should be something that they do, you know, in public.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because obviously, if you read our UK law on it, you know what I mean? If a member of public obviously sees you handling a child in a particular way, then they can report and then you'll get investigated.
Yeah.
So we definitely don't agree with that. However, making sure that, you know, discipline needs to take place in the home.
Yeah.
I believe that that's where discipline is. I tell Matthias all the time, we train you here so that when we go outside, you know exactly what is expected of you.
Yeah.
So yes. So Carl, let's try.
We're gonna bring Carl on.
And
I just have to say, Fiona, your comment, me want you. Listen,
you need to come on and talk about that. What does that mean? I'm not Jamaican.
We got
so
that
you
all
need
the
to,
time.
You need
That was a regular, me want you. You know?
So after Carl,
So,
I'm going to ask Fiona York. Fiona, you need to come on and talk to us about that.
Investigations.
Investigations will bring more pain to the child as well.
More pain to the child. And also, can I just say that although somebody may see you disciplining a child at a distance, the investigation and what could possibly come from it could be more detrimental to the family on a whole, rather than how it could have been handled. Hey, Carl!
What's going on, bro?
Hey.
Yo.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Indeed.
It's lovely to have you.
Yes, bro. So
please.
School us, because I know you're another veteran in the parenthood industry. Let me call it industry. Jeez. So yeah, we always want to learn. You know, that's why we do this. That's why we have these conversations. So you said that spanking, no, not that one. Spanking is fine. Beating is abuse. Talk to us, bro. Because you work in schools as well, right?
I work in a college,
Yeah. Cool. Talk to us.
You know what? Well, when my kids were really, really young, I was young myself. I'm a young parent.
Okay.
So for us, it was a massive learning curve. Because I came from a home where if I did something wrong, the back of my dad's hand was enough, sufficient to send me up the stairs. You know what I mean? No slipping or nothing.
Jeez.
So I thought when my kids misbehaved, that's exactly what I did.
Right.
And I thought it was acceptable at the time. And in some cases it was, but in some cases it was a fact that I'm releasing my anger. Rather than disciplining you, I'm releasing my anger, and it's a way for me to feel better.
Right.
And
okay.
As a 21-year-old young dad, obviously, I had to learn from that, and obviously I'm now older and wiser and would never dream of it. Because now we've got 6-year-olds, my other 3 are fully grown, so they ain't going to get spanked anymore. But my 6-year-old, she knows if she doesn't listen, she gets a tap on the hand. That's as far as it goes.
Right.
But nothing too major. You know?
So my issue is, right, is because you said obviously a tap on the hand. Now, is this tap on the hand something that, because my thing is, my understanding obviously of like spanking and all that kind of stuff, it has to obviously warrant what they've done wrong. Do you understand? And that's why I guess, you know, a few people have said it, and we also agree with it, that obviously the spanking and all that stuff is a last resort when it's like at the end, once we've said it a million times. Do you get what I'm saying? So but my understanding is that if you're spanking someone, it's almost supposed to be like a pivot for them to realize that they have crossed the line. So I know that you said tap. So like, are you able to kind of talk a bit more about that? Because when you say tap, to me, I'm just like, but what's that gonna do? Because sometimes, you know, when we've disciplined Matthias, sometimes we've disciplined him, and it's like he just shrugs it off. Like, what was that? Like, that's nothing. I can take a few of them. Do you know, like, you know what I mean? So, talk to us. Like, how do you kind of manage that?
I think it all depends on the child, because certain kids have certain tolerances and certain levels of tolerance. So obviously, what you do to Matthias, I mean, Janae is a very, very sensitive little girl, so a tap is enough. It's for us to, you've got to know your child and know their limits. And know their tolerances. You know, the littlest thing, and she's crying, and so if I give her a tap, I know that's enough. That's sufficient. I don't need to spank her or anything like that.
Cool.
So it all depends on the child. And what works for Janae won't work for Matthias, won't work for another child.
Of course, absolutely. You know? Yeah. So have you ever had to kind of like, obviously, I know obviously in your profession, obviously spanking is obviously is an absolute no. But just because I think the reason why we're kind of having these conversations is to help particular parents who have to deal with very, very difficult children. Now, we've spoken briefly before about obviously trying to find out, you know, what's going on with that child.
Yeah.
But obviously, if they're young, they may not necessarily even have the vocabulary to even express what is going on. You know, there may not be a dad in the home, so they may be angry because they feel like, you know, I don't have, you know, mum is not powerful enough, or my mum's voice is not strong enough. I need a man. Do you get what I mean? So if mum can't be the man, I'm gonna be the man. So she can't talk to me. You know what I mean? So how do we kind of get around, you know, this issue? Like in your experience, do you think?
Wow.
Sorry, I'm a bit of an interviewer. Sorry, but
that's fine. That's fine. I work with children with special educational needs.
Yes.
So and at college age, their mental age is probably the same, if not younger than Janae. So that's the level that I teach.
Okay.
And without corporal punishment being around, we've got to find other ways of trying to find out what is frustrating you. If you can't verbalize it, draw me a picture.
Okay.
Wow.
Get creative.
Amazing.
You know what I mean? So they can take their anger out. They can, whatever it is, you know, find something physical for them to do. Maybe they can take out their anger, even if it's just a little like play fight or whatever.
Yeah.
But they usually get them to draw a picture, and then we can usually tell what they draw. They're trying to articulate, but they can draw it better than they can say it.
I hear you.
With certain kids, that might be difficult because put a pen and paper, especially if they're frustrated, put a pen and paper in front of them, they're like eating. Man, it's a difficult one.
Yeah, but I love what you said here, Carl, because what you've actually looked at is ways to reach the child.
Yes.
And if you're dealing with a child who may not be able to communicate, and it comes down to what we were saying earlier on, if the child is acting up, they're acting up and they're trying to communicate something, and sometimes they don't know how to. So even what you've shared is an expressive way for them to find a release, because what they're doing is they're acting out of frustration, and what is best is actually helping them to find methods and mediums to communicate why they feel they need to act up in that way. So I think that and all of these are tools that we can use. They're really good resources to use when we're trying to reach our child, and rather than raising the hand, or rather than issuing and dishing out a punishment that makes us feel better, actually flipping it on its head and saying, okay, cool, I right now am fuming because they've done this thing, but where are they at? What would actually make them feel that this is acceptable? And I think you're definitely spot on.
Definitely.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Carl.
you so much, Carl. Appreciate your views, man.
All right.
Definitely.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. We'll talk to you soon, sir.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.
Nice one, man.
Alright.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you so much, Carl, for your contribution. Okay, so Elisa, you just been burning up the chat, man. Jeez.
We love it.
We're trying to keep up with you.
Elisa,
I need to hear that story.
Yeah, we want.
When your child said, "I want to go to," because I need that anointing. We need that anointing for our child to say, "Okay, I'm gonna go." Because I've heard stories about it. You know, my sister in the States, she said it as well.
Yeah.
Where, you know, kids of her friends are just like, they come to their parents and said, "Mummy, I've been naughty. I've done this." I'm like, wow. I need to drink the water you're drinking. I need to get on the same diet.
No. But I have to be honest with you. Matthias, he is one child that he will tell me if he's done something wrong. Like, especially at school, he would tell me, "Mummy, this is what happened today, and this is what I did, and I got into trouble for it." Or, "I didn't get into trouble for it, and I did this at school." And so I will then have to say to him, "Okay, cool, so you know that was wrong, so you're going to write a letter of apology to that friend," or whatever it is, to make sure
do you remember that lines? Do you guys remember that lines back in the day? Did you have to do that?
Matthias knows about lines, because
had to bring that one in, where?
Or just writing. Anyway, writing that letter of apology, we found it really good. And Matthias is only 4 years old, and even when he was 3, we had him doing a creative picture or something like that. So I definitely agree with what Carl was saying, was said, a way to reach them, for them to understand how to communicate apology and sorries, and things like that.
Cool. So guys, we're starting to kind of round up now, because I'm
Yes.
sure Instagram's going to tell us any minute that we need to lock
Well, we
off.
started late on this one because it's
Oh yeah, we did have to
Yeah.
start a few times. Okay, cool. So guys, the next section that we kind of want to talk about, and this is getting just a little bit deeper, is trauma. Now, I say it not lightly, because I know that there's some people who have experienced being spanked, beat, growing up. And so there's a level, and Elaine we kind of touched on it with Elaine in terms of where you move from one extreme to the complete opposite, where it's almost like I will never beat my child, and so as a result of that, or I will never spank my child, there's almost like the discipline is not there, because maybe of fear of what you may do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So does anybody have any thoughts on that? Anybody want to kind of speak on that, if it's you personally or somebody that you know?
And I'd love to hear from
Official
Elder,
Love Book.
Elder Jessica Mead.
Oh yes.
Because you actually were sharing your parents were like ninjas when they would spank. But then your daughter specifically, she would rather be spanked
rather than her phone taken
away.
Please come on the live, let us
So
talk.
if you have any time to share with us,
Because I think that is so powerful. I'm gonna try and add you now, whether you accept or not. Give us a thumbs up if you can though, because I think it's so important to. Hey, Elder Jessica,
How
we're
are
good.
you?
Thank you for
lovely to see
joining. Oh my
Good to
gosh,
see you.
long time. Hope you and family are well.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the generation gap has something to do with it. If I could just give a little bit of input.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And I have been learning from all the contributors, but maybe a bit late for us now because they're grown up. But I'm 62 and I was born in the 50s, so spanking or beats was just the accepted thing. Because everybody did it. And I found that our parents at that time, they had no remorse when it came to beating. I've still got scars.
Wow.
But I didn't think anything of it. You know, we didn't ever think traumatized or anything because everybody did it. It was a cultural thing. It was an accepted thing. Elder Mead and I had our children quite late. When we came together, we both had children from previously, but when we came together, I mean, I had my last child at 41.
Okay.
You know, so he's 21 now, but when we were, you know, growing him and our daughter up, they were more the age of what grandchildren should have been for our age, And I found it incredibly difficult bringing them up because in my generation, we didn't question. I mean, all our parents had to do was look at us and fix up.
I love that.
So if we did get beats, like I did, it was usually because I'd done something, well, not what we would consider bad nowadays, because the behaviour levels have changed.
Yes, that's correct.
Then, at that time, it was bad. So I struggled, and I realised that though I did beat, I agree with one of the other contributors that said I think it was Elaine, every child is different.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So in terms of Judah and Rachel, I don't know if you remember them. Rachel was a tough cookie. She's very independent, she's sharp, she's strong. When she was younger and you'd go to give Rachel some licks with, let's say, the bell. It's too late now, they can't do anything to us. Before the laws came in, she'd actually grab it.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. She'd actually grab it.
How old was she? Do you remember?
Probably about 14.
Okay.
She'd grab it.
Yeah.
But I found that with her, it had no impact on her. It was a useless form of punishment for her because she wanted to reason things out. And frankly, we didn't know how to reason.
Yeah.
Because my generation, we
did
never
reason.
had that
Yeah.
concept.
I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that.
What is reasoning?
Exactly. I'm the parent, you're the child, right?
Yeah.
I speak and you listen.
Someone say
Full
nothing,
stop.
you just take bring me back.
Come on.
So I'm learning perhaps
Yeah.
so that I can do a better job with
course.
Yeah.
grandchildren that
Yes.
they have.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I will, to sort of cap it, I will say bringing children up in this generation when
Yes.
they are different
Yes.
to us. My mum will tell you, yes, I beat them. Are any of them dead? They all doing well, you know. They all doing very well. That would be her answer. We never had the voice. Never
Wow.
had the voice.
I love that.
Children now.
Yeah,
talk,
they're liberated.
and some of the things
They're
they say
liberated.
Yeah.
are actually right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I get vexed because I think, why are you answering? But what they say makes sense. But I hadn't learned. I mean, if I wasn't saved,
Yeah.
oh boy.
Listen.
You know, I
Come
couldn't
on.
even say.
You're speaking some truth.
And you know Elder Mead already.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
we're not used to deliberating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Having that kind of reasonable conversation
Absolutely.
with that generation because we're
Yeah.
not coming from that.
Yeah.
So true. Absolutely.
I haven't given any solutions. I'm actually
No, that's
No,
interested.
all of your
in how-
contribution has been fantastic.
it's good to know because I
Yes.
think this is why we wanted people to come on just to, and I'm so glad that you did, to just show the different generations
Yeah.
and how it affects different people at different stages, because I think the key theme that I'm seeing through all the different generations of parents is that we all have to learn as time is moving along.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
absolutely essential
You
because
can't have it blanket.
because
yeah.
I mean, you said about the reasoning, like like Matthias now, he is a lawyer, as in I'm actually like beyond myself sometimes, where I will be in the middle of, you know, telling him off or explaining why he shouldn't, and he'll be like, but daddy, let me explain, I want to say something.
I get that because our daughter would say, by the time she finished with me, I'd feel as if I was
Yeah.
Do you understand? Exactly.
So you're on punishment.
Saying things like, why can't I express how I feel? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I could feel my blood.
Yeah, boiling. Come on.
yes.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
Powerful.
it's different.
I love it.
I would end by saying every child is different.
Yeah.
Because Judah is a totally different person.
Yeah.
In fact, sometimes I really want to tell him off hard.
Yeah.
So he's so quick to say sorry, Mum.
Yeah.
That you can't even get him to. And you know, so just.
See, but he's applied the principle.
Of course.
Of the.
Because now he knows when he's facing the wall, as soon as his feet start to hurt, it's, I'm sorry, daddy. To the point now where I'm just like, no, you're not sorry. And I literally sound like my parents. It's crazy. No, you're not sorry. Because if you were sorry, you wouldn't do it.
Where you want the punishment to last longer.
We never do what our parents do.
Oh,
Exactly.
gosh, this is
Exactly.
it.
But I love what
Well,
you
I hope
said.
you're going to take all of these comments.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
Put them in a book.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's a good point.
Come on.
That's a good point.
Okay,
That's
okay.
a good point. Okay, cool. We can do that actually.
No, it's so
It's
good.
important because
So
all
good.
the Bible says is train a
Yeah.
child.
Come on.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
to give enough very, detailed
how
instruction.
to.
Absolutely.
So I think all the comments are really useful
Yes.
insight.
Definitely.
Powerful.
Lovely. Thank you so much,
Elder
Elder
Jessica,
Jessica.
thank you so much.
Fantastic having you on here.
Love you so much.
Bless
Take
you.
care.
Take care.
Speak soon.
Well done. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys. So
Wow.
for any of you who are just joining us, Instagram is trying to say that it wants to cut us off. It wants to give us 1 minute and a few.
If you guys want to continue,
This
give
is
us
such a fantastic conversation. Give us a thumbs up.
If you want to continue
wanna
for a little bit
continue.
longer, anyone who didn't get to say something, just give us a thumbs up, thumbs up,
I mean,
thumbs up,
I've
thumbs
seen
up.
some people jump on the live that I really want to hear from. I want to hear your thoughts, your views.
Yes.
And this is basically just saying to you guys, if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, join us
Yes.
on We Are the Cokers or the Two Love Collective page. But see, look, we're getting thumbs up, basically saying that people want to keep this conversation going. We want to hear from you. We're talking about parenting and discipline. We're talking about beating, spanking, trauma. We're talking about, if you were a person who got beaten, do you now not beat at all because you just think, I'm not going down that road? Absolutely. I love what Deborah was sharing at the very beginning about the emotional side of this and the emotional intelligence that's connected with beating a child. Does a child actually show emotional intelligence? We've got so much to continue with this. Much time away from your child, away from your parents. You're working, so on, and then you're trying to come back. That's an element that we haven't really looked into.
It's powerful.
Where your child is not underneath you growing, you're seeing them, so you're living separate lives, and yet you're now asking them to
be obedient
and be obedient when they haven't heard your voice. You know, like the Bible talks about, my sheep know my voice, but yet your child hasn't been, yay, Deborah said, okay, let's do this. We're gonna add you. We want to hear. So guys, we're talking about parenting, we're talking about spanking, beating, disciplining your children, and we want to know what you have to say.
We've had some amazing comments, so we can't even recap the amount of wisdom that we've had tonight. So we're gonna do our best to collate all of this and put it online so that you guys can listen to everything that's been said.
Absolutely.
So we're waiting for Deborah. Should I invite you now? Are you ready? Are you ready to do
and
your
what we're
thing?
gonna
Give me a
say
thumbs
is,
up
if
you're
you've missed any of this, you can go back and watch it on our YouTube.
Yes, it will be. I mean, so you won't necessarily see the faces if you go like between today and tomorrow. But we will try and take this Instagram, these various videos, put them together, and then put them all online if we can. So yes, Debs, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up so I know. But guys, this has been so informative. I can't even express.
Do you know, we keep saying we might have to do a part 2 and things like that. Yeah, she said she's ready.
Let's do this, man. Let's do this. It's been so good. I mean, and I think this is the reason why we wanted to do this, because I think as a parent, sometimes you parent, hey, what's up? The backside of the bedroom.
Jeez. No, you can't. And this doesn't look lovely. It's fine. Okay. So Debs, we want to hear from you. We want to hear what do you want to say. So talk to us, man. Talk to us.
Whatever's on your heart.
So I'm going to come from the perspective of a single woman without kids, who grew up in a single parent home, Nigerian heritage. And when I think about my experience in terms of discipline, we didn't get beats in the way that a lot of people associate beats with. Right? So occasionally we would have got like hit here and there, but it wasn't anything that happened on a regular basis.
Cool.
I think more so what we experienced was effective communication, whereby we were very much aware of the fact that if you do something, there are consequences for your action.
Lovely.
And those consequences were not necessarily something that would materialize in a physical sense. Right? You might be deprived of certain things. You might not be allowed to do certain things. You might not be afforded certain privileges. And those things made it easier for us to want to behave.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Got you.
Easier for us to then sort of like explain ourselves and explain the reason why we did certain things. Then I start, now that I'm older and I think about like discipline, I think for me it's the psychology behind it. Like there's a reason why kids behave in a certain type of way. So even when you guys are talking about kids that may be difficult, for me I started thinking about what is a difficult child though. Because there's always a reason why a child would behave in a certain way. Children are not emotionally intelligent enough at that age to be able to express themselves and to communicate how they are feeling and why they are acting in a certain type of way. Because if you think about it, the brain is still developing up until the age of 25.
Absolutely.
So you have 25-year-olds who still don't even know how to articulate themselves, right? So it's very much dependent on parents modeling a certain type of behavior to their children. And that model behavior should be how to communicate when you're feeling a certain type of way.
Totally.
How to explore your feelings and emotions. Why do you feel this way? What's the trigger for that feeling? How can we fix it? And how can we move forward?
I like that.
I find it really weird that like if a child does something, say for example if a child breaks a plate,
yeah, they get scolded, they get told off. But if an adult does exactly the same thing, nothing happens. There are no consequences.
That's
I like
a good
it.
point.
That creates an internal conflict, right? So how do you develop that emotional intelligence in a child where they're able to identify their feelings and emotions and then make the connection between how those things affect how they behave, and then how do you set standards for children?
You're so right.
How do we show them that there are consequences for the things that you do, and not I'm the adult, you're the child, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm big, you're small. You know, like we have to be able to create balance and
It's
create.
good. You're preaching.
Children are emotionally intelligent, you know?
Yeah.
That's my sort of position on it.
You're preaching, and I think you're absolutely right, because, and it's the same thing that I was saying to Ulrich. One of the things that we struggled with at the very beginning was explaining to Matthias, nobody's allowed to hit him. He's not allowed to hit somebody else. He's not supposed to hit.
Yeah.
But then he may get hit by his parents. And then he's not allowed to hit mummy and daddy back.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's really mad because me and, like, for example, me and Matthias, we play fight a lot. Like, a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like, we go in, like, just being crazy. Do you know what I mean? And I think what you're saying is something which we even, as parents, have had to deal with, where it's like, okay, where does it actually stop?
Yeah.
Because for him, he's a child, so he just wants to play all the time. So certain times he'll just walk up to me and just go, "Boop," and I'll be like, "Matthias, what are you doing? You can't." And then it's like, but hold on a minute, we're always, do you understand?
Always playing
and
like
so
that.
it's...
Or the flip side is, he plays with daddy like that, and today he tried to punch me and I was like, excuse you? Listen, you can play with your daddy like that. You don't come and tell you.
Yeah, and it's stopping and explaining, look, you don't hit women, and because I think, well, this is just me personally as a parent, I think play fighting is extremely important, especially for boys, because it connects us as fathers. Do you know what I mean? It gets them kind of ready for that, you know, you can't hit, you know, that kind of. But it's all part of it. It's the communication, it's the emotional intelligence, and getting them to understand, do you know what I mean, how to compartmentalize things, because it's the same thing with his reading. Do you know what I mean? It's like, how do you tell him that FLOAT is float, and then you tell them that at most fear, it has an F in it, but it's PH. It's like them understanding those little things, and it's sometimes it's difficult, man. It's difficult.
Yeah, and I think for us as well, because of like our experience with our own parents, that someone mentioned earlier about the generational shift. There's a difference in how parenting works now. I've always said that our parents' generation, our grandparents' generation, they very much have a survive by any means necessary mentality. Whereas this generation is very much thrive by any means necessary.
I love that.
Our outlook on things, and so there are things that their generation are more likely to do. Probably, you know, reacting out of frustration because they're just trying to survive, whereas we are very much afforded so many luxuries and privileges that they didn't have, and so we are more open to, you know, communication and learning and trying to be better, trying to be open, and all sorts of things. I don't think there's one sort of definitive answer. I think it varies from parent to parent, but I do think that at the core, the psychology of discipline is really, really important, because if you get it right, then you get it right.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Debs.
Thank
we are so pleased that you jumped on the live with us. It was so good to hear you shared so much.
It's powerful, man.
Survive and thrive in the different. I loved it. Awesome. They had to survive, but we are looking at how to thrive, and I think that's fantastic.
Bars.
Yeah. We need to quote you.
Bars, man.
So listen, guys, it is really getting late, and
thank you so much,
we
Debs.
need to sort out.
Take care, bye.
Bye. Guys, we are so thankful for everybody who has shared.
Yes.
I think it's Mr. Hayat. We want to hear from you guys. I think what we may have to do is do a part two, because this has been such a juicy topic. There's so much, and people are sharing so many experiences. They're sharing so many great words of wisdom, great pearls,
nuggets, man.
and just so much intricate things. So we are really excited about continuing this.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. It may have to be in September though. But it's Richard.
We say Richard.
So yes, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. And
Absolutely.
We've had so much fun. We
It's
love
been
the
amazing.
conversation. We love
Absolutely.
what's been shared. We will try to chop bits up, put it out on our Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube.
Yes.
Stay close to us. If you haven't already, please subscribe, share, like, follow all of it on We Are the Cokers and on Two Love Collective. I'm Siobhan.
I'm Ulrich.
And this has been a fantastic live.
Amazing, guys. We will see you guys next week. So
Take care.
next week.
Ooh, next week. I can't wait.
Next week is straight to the point.
Yeah, competing and
We're going back to our competing and completing series.
Yeah, and we have we have 2 amazing guests.
Yes, we do.
Amazing guests.
We do. We're going to be talking about competing and completing in worship leaders.
Worship leaders.
Hey, my God.
Hey, I felt the shaking.
And we're going to have Emmanuel Smith.
Yes.
Amazing worship leader.
Yes.
Representing Ghana. And we also have the amazing,
the wonderful JC May.
Yep.
It's gonna be fantastic,
man.
Guys. We can't wait to share. We can't wait to bring this to you.
Yep.
If you don't already know, stay connected so that you can see all of the content that's going to be coming out.
Yes.
Follow us, so you can keep up, and then we'll just keep you guys going. But yes,
thank you guys again. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.